Hi y'all, this is Dina and welcome to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you our plans for our circle time and our morning basket. Plus I have a little giveaway for you at the end, so stay tuned. Alright you guys, well if you are new, welcome to my channel, Pursuing Peace. My name is Dina and I am a homeschooling mama of 5 kiddos, 6 and under. And on this channel I share my passions for Christ, for homeschooling, and for encouraging mamas in their faith and in this amazing, albeit very loud, season of motherhood. So if you'd like to join me on this journey, then click the subscribe button down below, and don't forget to click the little bell icon so that way you know whenever new videos pop up. You can also follow me over on Instagram at Dina_Pursuing Peace if you'd like to get an inside glimpse on what goes on around here on a daily basis. And I also want to mention that this is a collab with Vonnie over at Mrs. Mom Homeschool, and I will leave her channel down below along with the playlist of all of the other mamas that are going to share about their morning basket. Okay, so if you are not new to homeschooling, then you know what a morning basket is. If you are new to homeschooling, you might be wondering, what in the world is a morning basket? And basically what it is a basket, a literal basket or a tub or some sort of container that you have where you are going to do subjects that you might not get to on a regular basis every day. So these subjects are going to be like poetry or Bible or history or science, or pretty much anything that you want to have in there. Because as homeschoolers, you probably know this, we don't have time to do every single thing every single day. So for us, we stick to the important things because my kids are very little. I want them to grasp those foundations. So we do language arts and we do math and we do handwriting every day. But then what happens to history and science? How does that fit into a homeschool day? Well, morning basket is one of those ways that you can do that. Now, morning basket has been around for a while, and I'm pretty sure the original idea of it came from Pam Barnhill, and she is a very experienced and very wise homeschooling mama. I will leave her website and her YouTube channel link down in the description so you can go check it out. She has different ideas for morning baskets and plans and all kinds of goodies like that. So I'll leave the link down below so you can check it out. So the title morning basket, it's interchangeable with circle time, with morning time, with looping basket. So all of those things, if you hear anything that's kind of like that, it all pretty much means the same thing. Now the way that people use it might be a little bit different, just depending on your needs for your family. So as I was telling my husband about morning basket and explaining exactly what it was, he didn't really like the term morning basket, and I'm not really sure why. I don't mind it so much, but I mean, it really doesn't say exactly what it is. And so Sarah Mackenzie, the author of Teaching from Rest and Read Aloud Revival, she calls her morning basket or morning time symposium. And symposium is kind of like a conference, but it's more of a discussion, and it is what they used to call a conference in ancient Greece. And so since my husband wasn't too keen on the term morning basket, we're gonna call it symposium. And I am actually really excited about that, because symposium will be a word in my kids' vocabulary that isn't necessarily common in today's society. And we can dive into, what symposium means, how they used it, and all of that good stuff. So if you have seen any of my other videos, you know that we do circle time. And circle time is a pretty common term that they use in the public school system. It's mostly for the younger elementary ages. That's when they do, their calendar time. They sing songs and they do nursery rhymes and different things like that. And so we have done circle time for the 3 years that we have been homeschooling, and it has been wonderful. And I can do circle time. I am very familiar with circle time, the ins and outs of it as it applies to us, and I have fun with circle time. Now, morning basket is a different animal. It's kind of the same idea, it's just kind of at the next level. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to attempt to do is to keep circle time, because we still have a preschooler and then we have my 2-year-old that she's coming up, and I really do believe they learn so much from the circle time, and circle time is very interactive, and so I want to keep that part of our morning, but I only want to keep it right around 15 minutes. And I will show you what I plan to do during circle time in just a little bit. But morning basket is the next level up. So we're going to be doing like read alouds and different kind of older activities for my 2nd grader and my 1st grader. But the little ones will be there with us for our symposium. So y'all, so morning basket time symposium, whatever you want to call it. I was having a little bit of trouble planning it out because I've never done it. I've never seen it done. I don't know exactly the ins and outs of it. Like, what are the kids supposed to be doing? What are you supposed to be doing? Can you really do anything in your morning basket? Like, what exactly is it? How long is it supposed to be? You know, like, what exactly is it? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what's in my morning basket, and I'm going to show you how I am planning to use it. But y'all, I don't know if that's actually gonna work. So you are going to come along with me on my journey of morning basket symposium time. And we are going to just figure this out together, because y'all, I don't know what I'm doing. So before this video gets like crazy long, because all of my videos seem to be so long, and I'm so sorry for that. But before this gets too long, I want to share with you what I'm going to do with circle time first and how I plan that. And then I'm going to share with you what is in my morning basket, and then I'm going to share with you how I am planning to use everything that's in my morning basket. So the first thing I want to show you is this. So this is my circle time schedule. And so what I do is I just kind of stick this up in my schoolroom, and I will be showing you exactly where that is and how my circle time setup is in my new homeschool room tour video, which is coming up next week, I believe. So stay tuned for that. So basically what we do is this is daily, and then this is going to be in a rotation or a loop, if you will. So first thing we do is the Pledge of Allegiance. We're going to do the weather, calendar time, so putting the date on the calendar and, you know, figuring out what's today, what's yesterday, what is tomorrow, counting out the days, doing them in English and in Spanish, and then I always like to throw in a 3rd language every once in a while, like French or Chinese or Japanese or something like that, just to kind of keep it fresh. And then we will sing the days of the week song, but most of my kids already know that already, so what we're going to do is we're only going to sing the days of the week song on Monday, and then the months of the year song, we're only going to sing it at the beginning of each month, because like I said, my kids are pretty familiar with those anyway, and it's something that they're going to be taught in the Good and the Beautiful math, so it really doesn't need to be something that we do on a daily basis. And so then what I have down here is everything that I'm going to loop or to rotate. So one day, you know, we'll do this, and then we'll do shapes. And then the next day we'll do this, and we'll do sign language, the ABCs in sign language. And the next day we'll do this, and then we'll do the letter sound flashcards, and so on and so forth. So I also have address and phone number down here. I have continents and oceans, and I have the books of the Bible, which we will do that here. And I also am incorporating that into like morning time, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But yeah, so that's basically it. I'm really hoping to keep circle time within 15 minutes because I want to do at least 30 to 45 minutes of morning time or symposium. If you have any questions about this, then let me know in the comments below. So the next thing that I'm going to share with you is what is in my morning basket. And for this, I'm going to need a little bit of help. And so I have recruited my beautiful Abigail.
Haven't you seen me in some of her videos?
Yeah, haven't you seen her? It's a familiar face. So she is going to sit here and she's going to hand me books as I show you what we've got. And so I'm not going to flip through any of these books because it will be an hour-long video if I do. But if you are interested in seeing a flip through of any of these books, just comment below and I will try to do that for you. Now this might seem a little bit overwhelming at first because I have a lot of stuff in here, you guys, and I think at some point I'm going to pare it down, and I don't think I'm going to use all of this all year long. I don't know. Like I said, this is something we are just kind of figuring out together, right? So I'm trying to keep it simple, but I can't sometimes. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, so first thing I have in my morning basket kind of goes along with Classical Conversations, and it's the New World Echoes. And this is sold by Classical Conversations, and you can only buy it there, and it goes along with our weeks. In Classical Conversations, it's got poems and stories. It's rich in literature, and I am excited to do this. They also have like an activity pack where the kids can do different activities based on the poem or the story on their website, and so I'm planning on printing some of that out and doing some of this during our symposium. We did use the Old World Echoes book, and we really did love it. Now, I didn't have morning time at the time, so it really was kind of in and out. Like, I didn't use it a whole lot. I didn't know how to fit it in. So I'm hoping that this year I can fit this in using our morning basket. This is not very exciting. This is just a folder. And this is a folder from the Dollar Tree that I just picked up. So what I'm gonna do is if I need to do any printouts or anything, like I said, like with the activity pack for some of these books, then I can just put them all in here and then I can pass it out to them that morning. So they don't have to flip through papers in their notebooks and in their binders. So yeah, so this is just a folder. The next thing I have in here is the Children's Book of Virtues. Now this is full of poetry and stories, and so I am looking forward to doing this book as part of our kind of Bible time during the morning. The next thing is the Can You Hear It book, and I actually do a little bit of a flip through of some of these books in my Amazon haul, and I will leave that link down below so you can go check that out. Some of these books are in there, some of them are actually in my huge homeschool haul video, so I'll leave both of those down below so you can check those out if you do want an inside glimpse of some of these books. So this is more like teaching them about classical music and teaching them about artwork. And so it comes with a CD. And so we'll be listening to that during our morning time symposium. And next I have our Foundations book from Classical Conversations. And I have this in here because it's got all of the information for all of the sentences and all of the memory work that we have for the rest of the year. I might make copies so we don't have to keep this entire book in there, but I don't know. I'm not sure yet. So I just put the whole thing in there for right now. The next thing we have is My Story from Master Books, and this is more of like a social studies for the kids. If you'd like a flip through of this, let me know in the comments below because I haven't really done a flip through of this one. It's a very like gentle way of teaching social studies, so it starts with, you know, who we are, and then it goes out from there with, you know, our family, and then our community, and then our town and our city and our county. You know, it just keeps going out from there. So I'm looking forward to doing this. And this is one of the books that I will need to utilize my folder for because there are things in here that I'm gonna need to print out for each kid. So like handwriting stuff and just different pictures and stuff like that, so that way we can use that. The next thing is our life science book. We are studying the human body in Classical Conversations, and so we are going to be using just a little section of this. And this is another one where I am going to need to just copy out some stuff for them so that way we can do some of the different activities that are in here. The next one is the My Body book, and I do a flip through of this and the Life for Beginners in my science curriculum video, so I will leave that down below so you can check that out also. But this one is going to be a real neat one. We're going to make life-size posters of the insides of their bodies, so that's really crazy. I love it. I'm so excited about this one. We're also going to be doing American history, and so I have this Draw USA. This is going to be part of our art in our morning basket, and it basically just goes through and teaches you how to draw the United States. So I'm looking forward to this because I hope that by the end of the year that they will be able to draw all the 50 states from memory. I mean, wouldn't that be amazing? I know I cannot do that. So hopefully I will be in there with them drawing along too. Okay, and I know you're probably already getting a little overwhelmed. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how I'm going to use these all kind of in just a bit. The next thing I have are just little activity books that I got from Walmart, I believe. They're just United States activity books, and we're just gonna use them as activity books if I'm doing a read aloud, or we can go through all the different states, you know, or when we're talking about the different states, we can do that section. So we're just gonna kind of play it by ear and see if we even need these. The next one is Don't Know Much About Presidents. And this one's just a fun little book. We are going to be learning about the different presidents, and I do have a song that the kids can memorize all the presidents. So this is just kind of a fun book, little fun facts about the presidents that I think we would really enjoy. And to kind of go along with that, I also have this presidential pets, and we kind of dived into this a little bit already, but it just talks about all the quirky and unusual pets that have lived in the White House. So it goes through every single president, you guys. So it's so neat. I'm looking forward to getting into this. I feel like we're going to have a lot of laughs with that book. The next book is Theology, and it's talking about theology for kids, and I've read through it. It kind of follows the story of a couple of young kids that they find an old cellar door, and they go in, and then they find this like package here from an old like theologian, and so it's just really neat. I like the concept of this, and this is definitely going to be something that I look forward to during our Bible time, morning time. And this one, I have Everything You Need to Know About American History. Again, we're just going to read snippets of these depending on what memory sentence we are learning that week. And so we're just going to be reading just a little bit of these here and there. And there's more in here than I think we're going to cover, but that's okay because I'm just going to be reading them little, like I said, snippets of it. And then the next one is The Giving Tree. This is by Shel Silverstein, and I want to incorporate some more poetry into our everyday because I think the kids will really enjoy that. Whenever I do read a poem to them out loud, they're very engaged, and so I want to continue to light that poetry flame, if you will. And to go along with that, I also got A Light in the Attic by Shel Silverstein. This one is so good. It's got a lot of poems in here, and I feel like this is going to be a resource that we're going to use not only this year, but in years to come. And then we have the Answers book from Ken Ham from Answers in Genesis. And this is just full of questions about creation and God, and it gives answers and also Bible references where you can look those up. And so I'm going to use this as part of like our Bible time in our symposium. And the next thing that I want to show you guys are these cards from the Daily Grace Company. Y'all, I have fallen in love with the Daily Grace Company. They have a podcast and they have a shop that everything is so, they're always having sales. So everything is so affordable and it's so beautiful. And it's just tools that you can use to get to know the Bible more, get to know God more. And they have stuff for kids. I will leave their link below because I love their company and I love their podcast. So I encourage you to go check that out. But anyway, so these here are the books of the Bible cards. And this one specifically is for the Old Testament. And so they're just little cards here. So Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, and they're super cute. Numbers. Deuteronomy. See, they're already working. And I was going to hang these in my classroom, but I noticed that on the back of them, it has a key verse and a theme, and then just a little bit of a kind of like synopsis of the book and just telling you what it's about. They are so cute. I really do want to just hang them up, but I also want to read what's on the back of these cards. Y'all, everything that this company does is like gorgeous. These are for the Old Testament, and then I also have ones for the New Testament. And so again, guys, I highly encourage you, if you have not checked out the Daily Grace Company, please go check it out, like right now. Like, you can turn off this video and just go check it out. They're so good. And some other cards that I got from the Daily Grace Company is Big Truths for Little Hearts. And basically they are like different truth cards. So this says theology, and on the back it says theology literally means the study of God and his works. So it's something that we can memorize. And so the Trinity, God existing in 3 persons, each person of the Godhead is fully God, and they exist at the same time. God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. So this is kind of neat. It's almost like a catechism, kind of, sort of. I've never done catechism, so I'm not really sure. But so we can go and memorize these huge truths. The gospel, that was the gospel right there. And my kids could just have these like in their hearts: salvation, sanctification. So these are big words that might be hard to explain. Grace. But it is something, faith, that can help my kids grasp a little bit, at least, on what all of these different words mean that we use all the time. The next thing that I have in here is this musical multiplication from The Good and the Beautiful. We've had this for a while, and we kind of started it, you know, I think it was last year that we kind of started it. But again, I just didn't know where to put it into our homeschool and how to use it. And so I think I'm just going to try to figure that out in our symposium time. The second to last thing I have is We Sing America. And I grew up with the We Sing songs, and they have like Christian songs and Bible songs. And I realized that I had not shared a lot of these iconic American songs with my kids. And so I wanted to do that. So again, this is probably going to be something that we either play in the background, or, you know, we actually try to memorize a couple of these in here. So I don't know. We'll just see what happens. And the last thing I have in here is this, and I got this at the Target dollar spot last year. I don't know if I saw it again this year, but basically, let me open it so you can see it. It's pages of the United States. So it's all the same exact thing. And so what I wanted to use this for was whatever region or states that we are studying about that week, I wanted to be able to color them in. And I like that it has a lot of pages in here so we can use them. And then once that is done, then we can just make copies, or we can just use something else. We do have a few different placemats that we can go and do that. So this is the last thing that we have in our symposium basket. So now that you know and are probably completely overwhelmed with what I have inside my basket, and you guys, like I said, I'm a newbie to all of this, so I might have too much. I don't know. But now I'm going to show you how I kind of want to plan it out and hopefully fit it within 30 to 45 minutes every day. So this is my homeschool planner, and I have a whole video on how I organize that. I'll leave it in the description so you can check it out if you'd like to. But this is just one of the note pages that are in there. And then I broke up these boxes into the different subjects that all of these books fall under. So we've got Bible, history, science, poetry, art, and music. And up here I kind of was thinking of doing geography separately, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or just kind of incorporate geography into all of it. So my plan is to set the timer for 30 minutes or 45 minutes or however long I think the kids can handle that day, and then go through this and just kind of do a loop. So we will do Bible, and we will only do one thing of Bible. So for instance, it says the children's book of virtue. So we will do that for however long it takes to get through either just a poem or a story. So the poems, it might just take 5 minutes to read through it and talk about it. And then once we get done with that, then we will move on to history and do a section of the My Story curriculum. And that might take up the rest of our symposium time, or it might not. And so I'm not sure. So if it doesn't, then we'll just move on to science. Or if I notice that we can't get to science because it might take too long, then maybe we'll do another, like we'll read a poem out of one of the poetry books for the rest of the time. So then the next day I will start wherever we left off before. So if we left off in history, then I will go to the next thing. I will do our science. And then if that takes up the whole time, then that takes up the whole time, and that's okay. Or if it doesn't, then we'll move on to one of the poetry books. And then I will continue on from there. I hope that that makes sense. Again, I'm still trying to figure it all in my head. So basically I am just rotating through all of these. So for Bible, I have Children's Book of Virtues, Theology, Answers for Kids. So those are the three things within the Bible category, but I'm not going to do that all in one day. I'm just going to pick one, and then I will go to history once we're done with the one thing. And then once we're done with the one history thing, then I'll go over to science and kind of just keep going down art and music. I feel like if I do this, I will probably get a good rotation of a few different subjects within a week, because I'd like to get history and science in there along with, what we're studying that week as far as our memory work. And so again, I'm not sure if this is going to work, but it's the best thing that my brain could come up with at this time. I will let you know if it works, if it's a complete fail and we have to start from scratch, or what happens. But I want to enjoy this time with my kids. I plan on doing it here in the living room because I like to cozy up with them. And at the table, I don't get to do that. So I plan on doing that here. We'll see how that goes, because also sometimes that makes me a little bit sleepy. And I don't want to be sleepy like first thing in the morning and then still have to do all of their language arts and math. So we're playing it by ear. We're seeing how it goes. As far as our memory work from Classical Conversations, we're going to be doing that during our dinner time. And the reason I'm going to do that then instead of during our symposium time is because I really like my husband to be there, because I like for him to know what we're learning that week. I like his input. He was a history major, so I love him being able to just share with us his wealth of knowledge. All right, you guys, well, I think that's it. And I'm sorry if this video ends up being 30, 40 minutes long. I really tried not to talk too much in this video. And if you have stuck with me up until the end, I thank you, and you deserve a reward. And so what I am doing is I am doing a little giveaway. And this was kind of an accidental giveaway, because as I was ordering, I found that I was accidentally ordering doubles of a lot of things. Something that I ordered double of were these books of the Bible cards by the Daily Grace Company. And so I thought maybe one of you guys would love to have them and utilize them in your homeschool or just in your, everyday life with your kids. I think they'd probably make for a great devotional time too with your kids. And so I wanted to give these away to one of you guys. And so this giveaway is going to be super simple. All you have to do is like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And just comment below and let me know if you plan on doing Morning Basket this year with your kids. I'm going to be announcing the winner on August 19th, 2020. So make sure to comment below and subscribe and like before then. All right, you guys, well, we enjoyed sharing what we're going to be using for our symposium time this year and our circle time. And so if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and enter in that giveaway. And let's be friends. Follow me over on Instagram at Dina_pursuing_peace. All right, you guys, well, I hope you're having a blessed day, and we will see you next week with another video.
Bye.
Bye. We did use the old our morning time basket. Morning basket time. Morning symposium looping time. And what I'm gonna do okay. Something or other. Break it down. Break it down.